special video in honor of Alex Palou, number 10, as he is the winner of the Indy 500, the 109th Indy 500, presented by Cambridge. This was on May 29th, 25th, sorry. I'm trying to get that glare down. But I showed you this pin before I got it at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. My mom got it for me. And it's just a little clasp pin. And I thought about I collect pins on my backpack, but I wanted to put it on there, but this one was kind of special, so it actually sits on my desk. There's a little ledge right up here where it just sits, and I thought it was fitting for the month of May, but it's now June, so I don't know if I'll keep it there, because obviously there's going to be a new logo and a new pin for next year. Just trying to put it back. I'll just leave it right here. Yeah, so I don't know if I should put it on my backpack or if I should leave it at my desk. I don't know. But what's really cool, I'll probably make another video later on, but I wanted to share with you all that my mom actually went to the Indy 500 practice, and she got to meet Alex Palou, and she got his autograph, and she told him that I was like a super big fan of his, and she was like, my son loves you, and he, I guess, said, I don't know, I wasn't there, yeah, I guess said, like, your son's my favorite, which I thought was just so cute of my mom to, like, relay that information to me. This multi-year champion, one of the, like, best of a generation, and she was like, my son loves you. I love Sheila so much. That's her name. That's my mom, Sheila. But, so, if you watch the video, I'll tag the video up here, I don't know. I'm still very new to this. I'll tag the video of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum if you haven't seen it yet. I wanted to say thank you for everyone that has subscribed, left me comments. Your feedback is super, super important to me, and it's been really great meeting you guys. But yeah, I got this at the museum, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I highly suggest. It's a really cool video that I was really proud of, and a really cool opportunity for me to go and share that experience with you. It just opened up, but my mom at the gift shop was like, oh look, it's Alex Palou, is your favorite driver, and they had this, and she was like, I want to buy this for you, and I think it was pretty cheap. Yeah, the price here, yeah, it was $10. So, I mean, my eggs are more expensive than that these days. I'm just joking, but I wanted to show this off since he did win. This obviously was before before the Indy 500, but this diecast is by Green Light Collectibles. It's a limited edition diecast metal chassis. It's 2024 IndyCar Series champion Alex Palou. And like I said, he is in the number 10 car for Chip Ganassi Racing, the DHL sponsored vehicle. So he is 2024 champion. you see that this is an adult collectible 1/64th scale. It contains a diecast vehicle trading card. Oh, there's a trading card right here. Oh, that's what that is. I thought that was just part of the packaging. I mean, I'm not gonna cut it open, but it says his name, and then you can see the die cast of its DHL number 10 car. And this is the super speedway configuration. So if you're looking at the car and you say, oh, the rear wing and the front wing are different, well, that's because this is the configuration for a super speedway. I didn't realize that this is a card. I have a Alex Palou one like this, and I didn't realize that. So on the back you can see this is the card. So if you were to cut this open, all of this is like just like cardboard. I mean, I guess the card is too, but this you could like trade. I actually went to Target and I got a box of IndyCar trading cards that I'm going to make a video for. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that you hit the bell notification when that video comes out. It should be coming out very shortly. But yeah, I got a pack of IndyCar trading cards, which was so random, but yeah. Okay, so on the back it says number 10, Alex Palou, 2024 IndyCar Series champion. Palou is the first driver to win back-to-back IndyCar championships since Dario Franchitti won the 2009 to 2011 IndyCar titles, also driving the number 10 Chip Ganassi Racing Honda. Palou joins a club of 13 drivers to win at least 3 IndyCar titles. It's DHL's first championship since joining Chip Ganassi Racing as a partner in December. Palou is the second youngest three-time champion in IndyCar history at 27 years old in 5 months, just behind Sam Hornish Jr.'s record of 27 years and 2 months old. He has, at the time of this card, 17 starts, 2 wins, 3 poles, 13 top 5 finishes, 13 top 10, 263 laps led, 16 races as finished, so one of those at the time he did not finish, and a total of 544 points. This over here just says the copyright information, that it's copyrighted by Greenlight LLC, Lakeside Boulevard, Indianapolis, Indiana. All rights reserved. All illegal. It's made in China. Conforms to the safety requirements of ASTM F963. Warning: it's not suitable for children under 3 years old. Small parts, choking hazards. And it's partnered with IndyCar, Dallara, Firestone. So that's the chassis, the tires, and obviously the series itself of IndyCar. It says it's a limited edition diecast model metal chassis. And it has a little like holographic IndyCar sticker. I just thought this was so cool. I have a Pato Award chassis as well, and they sit on my, I have a, what is the word? Pegboard. And it just sits up there. So, I also have some to share with you all. So, my Grammy, my mom's mom, she is like one of my best friends in the entire world. I've always been super close with her. I'm her first grandson, and she sends me newspaper clippings from the Indianapolis Star because she lives in Indianapolis, where I used to live. I was born and raised there. But she gets the paper and she sends me clippings, and she sent me these, and I have not read them yet. I looked at like the headline just so I knew it wasn't like something about, I don't know, like basketball, you know? I mean, there is some basketball. I saw something about basketball, but that's why I'm saying it. Made sure that it was racing related, but I have not read any of it other than the headline. But I thought I would share this with you because these are the clippings from after the Indy 500. So you can see here it says love you and miss you, XOXO. Thought you'd like this. 5/29/25. So, if you're new, you're welcome. I wanted to create this channel to display my love for ASMR as well as sharing all the things that I have that are racing, specifically F1 and IndyCar related. I'm from Indianapolis, and this is just like super amazing for me to get to share this with you. So if you're new, welcome. I appreciate you here. Leave me a comment. This is a fairly new channel, so I appreciate any comments or feedback. Okay, so this first article, I'll have to do this in two parts, but it says a wild start and its rookie wins Indy 500 pole. Team Penske vets busted. So, this is Robert Schwartzman, I believe. Yes. It says it's weird enough that Roger Penske owns the IndyCar series and most successful team in the IndyCar series. It's weirder still that Penske drivers like Joseph Newgarden and Scott McLaughlin and Penske teams like those representing Newgarden and Will Power have broken some of IndyCar's most ludicrously based rules in the last 14 months. But it boggles the mind if they've been breaking rules on purpose, as one competing driver alleged Sunday how inept they are at cheating. Happened again Sunday during qualifying for the 2025 Indianapolis 500, when the cars of Newgarden and Power, two of the best drivers on the series in the last decade, were pulled from the fastest 12 qualifying after their teams were caught sealing a part of the car that can't be sealed, and doing it with something like glue. This comes 14 months after Newgarden was stripped of his victory at the 2024 Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. McLaughlin, who finished ninth, was disqualified after being caught using push-to-pass technology at spots in the race when push-to-pass is illegal. Afterwards, Newgarden, a two-time IndyCar Series champion and 31 race winner, said he didn't know push-to-pass was still illegal during starts and restarts, which to me, okay, this is why I don't like Joseph Newgarden. He likes, like, if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you ain't trying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So, like, I get it. But, like, don't come here and say that you didn't know the rules. What does it say? A 31-time race winner. You know the rules. Not today, Patty. Not today, Patty. Okay. Team Penske drivers Scott McLaughlin, Will Power, and Joseph Newgarden sit for a group photo May 19 ahead of practice for the Indianapolis 500 in Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Penske's failed inspection raises critical concerns. So Indianapolis, as discontentment continues to swirl throughout corners of the IndyCar paddock regarding Roger Penske's perceived conflict of interest in owning Team Penske. Long, the most dominant team in IndyCar and in Indianapolis 500 as well as IndyCar, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Elmer, which manufactures engines for one of the Series 2 engine manufacturers, Chevrolet, and his team was dealt a seismic blow May 18th, moments before the kickoff to the Fast 12 of Indy 500 qualifying. This says, pinch me, rookie turned dream into reality with pole. Indianapolis, the realization Robert Schwartzman was the precipice of Indianapolis 500 history. Sorry, I'm trying to read the screen, but also look down. Crashed in waves over his pit in the dying hours of Sunday afternoon. Each lap of Felix Rosenquist's final run, the last of Sunday's Fast Six, tickled up the excitement around the number 83 car. One lap too slow to unseat Schwartzman from pole position. A hug from Takuma Sato, another racing staff. Takuma Sato, another too slow. An exciting wail from the mob from a racing staff gathering around their rookie driver. The roar of the engines around him meant Schwartzman could not hear the same from the crowds across the track. When Rosenquist's fail lap confirmed Schwartzman as the first rookie to win the Indy 500 pole in 42 years. But the Israeli driver, who had never raced on ovals in his life before he came to Indianapolis, could feel the shared energy between them. He just done, and they just witnessed something remarkable. I have no words to describe it, Schwartzman said trackside after his number one spot was confirmed. I still can't believe it. It's still just a dream. Someone needs to pinch me. A 4-lap average of 232.79 miles per hour on his final qualifying run thrust Schwartzman onto the pole for next weekend's 109th Indianapolis 500, landing him narrowly ahead of veteran Sato second, Pato O'Ward third, and Scott Dixon fourth. So that's Robert Schwartzman and Team Brenema. And this is why I said there was basketball, because the Pacers are in the finals now, and I am so excited. So, here, it's continued. It says Schwartzman became the first rookie since Dio Vapi in 1983. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. To qualify his first position for the Indy 500, Tony Stewart qualified from the pole in 1996 as a rookie after qualifying in the first row before assuming the position of teammate Scott Brayton, who was killed in a practice crash days after taking the pole. The scale of Schwartzman's achievements stretches beyond just his performance. If it's not unprecedented, not just a rookie, but a rookie riding with a first-year team taking the pole, then it's surely so rare. No one at the track Sunday could remember such a moment in the race's modern history, remarkable for an event that measures that history in generations. It shows here Robert Schwartzman looks out from his box May 19th during a practice for the Indianapolis 500. And again, this is the Indy Star, the Indianapolis Star. You can see the full article on IndyStar.com. Okay. This next article, I believe, is more about the Penske controversy and scandal. Again, I haven't read this yet. I just read the headline. Penalized. Penske faces optics challenge. As you can see, this is a very big deal for Indianapolis. The Indiana Pacers are going to the finals. So it's everywhere on this. Okay. You wouldn't know if it weren't supremely familiar with Doug Bohl's brand of prim and proper attire. But there was something off with the first-year IndyCar president's appearance late Monday morning. The front of his The front of his comb-over was the slightest bit disheveled, and if you squinted your eyes and strained your ears, you might have noticed his lack of sleep under his eyes and the laboring in his voice. All of the characters in the story, Bowles is merely the narrator, nay, the voice of reason, but even on him you see worn down, battered, and beaten, playing the role of judge and jury. Over the last decade, he's become used to being the ever-energized promoter for the largest sporting event in the world that Sunday will suddenly become the second largest city in the state. For Bowles, the last 24 hours, which he began with helicopter rides to and from his son Carter's graduation ceremony at Purdue and ended with an at times dense news conference on the fourth floor of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Media Center, have been tiring to say the least. IndyCar President Doug Bohl speaks May 19th in the wake of the series levying serious penalties against Team Penske entries. I need to figure out how to situate this mic and also read, because I don't know if I can read on the screen, but also like I'm trying to read here and I am like going cross-eyed. So I apologize if I'm stuttering or mispronouncing things. Newspapers are so weird. Just the way that they break up stories. This just goes on. It says, Team Penske driver Joseph Newgarden takes off the helmet May 19th after practice for the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So this is like interesting because Doug Boles is the president. He informed his boss Roger Penske of penalties. So Roger Penske is the owner of Team Penske, but he's also the owner of IRL and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So there's kind of a conflict of interest if you ask some people. But Doug Boles is obviously the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and so that's his boss. And so he had to let his boss know that he was going to get basically penalized. IndyCar's conflict of interest with Penske owning series team IMS. So that's kind of what I was saying. I could sit here and I could read this for the rest of time, but I mean this is news. If you are an IndyCar fan, you already know about this scandal. If not, you can, I'm not sponsored by IndyStar by any means, but if you want to IndyStar.com. Or you can just go to IndyCar.com. You can find, this was Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, so this was before the race. But no need to keep talking about negative news when, last but not least, we have this article that, once again, I haven't even seen the full picture, I just saw the headline. And this is really the crown jewel of today's. See, you can't go anywhere without the Pacers. The Pacers are just all time taking over the city. Like, they even got the front. They couldn't. This is so funny to me. I was born and raised in Indiana. The Pacers and the Colts, if they are like doing something, they are the most famous people in Indiana. The most famous thing in Indiana is the Indianapolis 500. And they couldn't even give the full page to Alex Palou because the Pacers were, the series goes from fun time to maybe long time. Like, they're now in the finals, which I'm so excited for, but they couldn't even give him the front row page, which I think is, I love the Pacers. I'm so happy. I just think it's funny that, like, yeah, let's just flip this. So I believe this is probably Monday. No, Tuesday. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe, I'm sure that Alex Palou got the front page of the Star, like of the whole paper, but this is sports on Tuesday, May 27th. Well, there wasn't probably mail, so this might be the picture. I don't know. Again, I don't get the paper. Sealed with a kiss. Palou holds off Ericsson, cruel whims of Indy 500. Alex Palou is climbing out of the fastest car of his life, the one that just won the 2025 Indianapolis 500. He's pulling off his gloves, his helmet, and protective socks on his head, He's trotting away from his race car parked just across the bricks, jogging towards his first turn. Now he's running faster and faster until he's sprinting. He's running towards his family, his team owner, his IndyCar crew, but also running away from the cruel whims of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, those bizarre quirks that often decide who will win the Indy 500 by deciding who won't. Away from the questions, the doubts, the nonsense, the best younger driver of his generation, just 20 years old, on pace to become one of the best drivers of any generation, won't, or maybe just can't win an oval. Above, Chip Ganassi Racing driver Alex Palou celebrates after winning the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 on May 25th. Top, Palou kisses his daughter, Lucia, kissing his winning ring. It's painful. Marcus Ericsson laments second place after finishing second at Indy 500, which then turns out he was not disqualified, but his car failed post-race inspection, so he was moved down, so he actually didn't finish second overall. How Palou losing 21 race led to his 2025 Indy 500 win. Indianapolis, Alex Palou will tell you himself he's going to have the fastest car at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Sunday, and he didn't have the biggest strategy advantages entering the closing stint either. There were others better suited to win the Indianapolis 500 late Sunday afternoon. The 28-year-old Spaniard never ran inside the top two until the final 25 laps, and Palou didn't lead a lap until there were 14 to go. But once he did, snatching the late race lead away from a rather lackluster Marcus Ericsson, there would be no do-overs. 32 drivers and 11 teams had 186 laps to go out and win Sunday's Indy 500. And when no one did, why should we be surprised to see the two-time defending IndyCar champion, who's doing things only A.J. Foyt and Al Unser Jr. have, wrangled the moment away amidst a truly storybook season? Papers are so big. This just goes on to talk about Alex's win. Chip Ganassi Racing driver Alex Palou smiles after winning the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Alex Palou wins the 2025 Indy 500 the same way he lost in 2021. To win the Indy 500 sometimes, it helps to lose at first. That's the story of Alex Palou in 2025. When he won his race in Pass, in part because he lost it in 2021, Elio Castroneves won that year. It was Elio's fourth win, and the old master used all his guile and experience to survive Palou's clearly superior car. I don't know if he was waiting to pass or if he was going to at all, Palou said later that day. I'll have to ask him. In 2021, Elio had been biding his time, saving up for one shockingly pass, getting it on lap 199, and then running into lap traffic ahead. That was good for Elio because he didn't have the car to hold off Palou by himself, but with slower cars ahead of him. Oh yeah, Elio had the car for that because he just stuck close to the lap traffic, essentially hemming in Palou behind him. Palou had the car to pass Elio, and everyone knew it. But he didn't have the car to pass Elio and the cars around him, and Palou knew it. Well, this is what I was saying about McLaughlin crashes in parade lap. Those quirks of IMS, those whims of the Indy 500, they were working overtime this year, weren't they? And they started early before the race even began, forcing one of the pre-race favorites, Scott McLaughlin of Team Penske, into the wall during the parade lap, while causing something in 2008 Indy 500 champion Scott Dixon's car to catch fire near the brakes. The checkered flag is waved at the field passes the finish line on May 25th during the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then more information on the Pacers. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to just at least share this with you all because it feels very personal, it feels related, and I just wanted to say congratulations to Alex Palou for winning the Indianapolis 500-mile race, the 109th Indy 500. I'm so very excited about this channel. I really hope that with time I'll be able to go to some more races and I'll be able to document things for you, as well as share any new merchandise or news that comes along with this industry or hobby or career for people like Alex Palou. And what a career it this far in the video. If you're new, you're welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. Please let me know if there's anything that you like, anything that you want to see in the comments. And I hope that you were able to cross that line, that finish line into relaxation. Until